Manga Mashle. Mashle, Magic and Muscles. Genre: action, comedy, fantasy, shonen, school life, supernatural. This is a world of magic where magic is used for everything. But deep in the forest exists a young man who spends his time training and bulking up. He can't use magic, but he enjoys a peaceful life with his father. But one day, his life is put in danger. Will his muscular body protect him from the magic users who are out to get him? Powerfully trained muscles crush magic as this abnormal magical fantasy begins. Chapter 1 functions mainly as an introduction to the basic premise of the series, namely that our protagonist, Mash Vanded, is a non-magical being in a, stop me if you've heard this before, magical world. Yes, that is also the basic premise of Black Clover. But that's only surface level, and Mashle does plenty to set itself apart. For one, Mash is coerced into overcoming his lack of magic by father, Regrow, through weightlifting and physical training. Furthermore, unlike Asta, Mash isn't able to live his non-magical life in peace. Once he disobeys his father's instructions in Mashle Chapter 1 and ventures into town to indulge in his love of cream puffs, he comes face to face with his status as a pariah and is forced to make a tough decision: either earn society's respect by enrolling magic school and become the divine visionary, or be hunted down to the ends of the earth. This is because the magical world that Mash inhabits actively practices eugenics, weeding out those who cannot use magic from the gene pool. For a story that mostly attempts to create a lighthearted tone, such a detail sticks out like a sore thumb. There aren't many gag manga out there that can balance laughs and eugenics, because that's not how things tend to work. In this sense and many others, it seems as if author Hajime Kumoto doesn't quite have a grasp on what this series is supposed to be. Is it a serious tale about one man going against the very fabric of society, or is it a zany action comedy along the lines of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100? An extended flashback sequence, as well as the dark world-building, seem to suggest the former, while the lack of backgrounds and ease at which Mash deflects his opponent's attacks seems to suggest the latter, very much reminding me of the comedic style of One. Could the series firm up and find a more consistent identity in the future? Looking at author Kumoto's record, there's not much that inspires confidence in this respect, and by that, I mean that there is literally nothing. He's done a couple of one-shots in other Shueisha magazines, but not much else. He doesn't even have Twitter, and who doesn't tweet in this day and age? Nevertheless, we'll just have to wait and see. Now that the bulk of the setup out of the way, Mashle Chapter 1 introducing us to the surprisingly dark world, our protagonist and his route through it, enrolling and excelling in magical school. Kumoto will certainly have plenty of opportunities to improve in the coming weeks. Let's hope that he can take them.